Is Tavarish in over his head?
I worry about Freddie. Really scares me.
I think he's nuts.
Why don't you just finish the P1?
Today we explore the secret garage with his unfinished projects. And when I say projects, I mean hypercars, burnt down, flooded, millions of dollars worth of parts lying on the ground. Will they get done? Are some secretly done? Well, in this video,
That's a rock! That's a giant rock.
we're gonna find out.
You got a flat.
I've never seen that.
Neither have I. Neither have I.
A
What?
massive rock. Have you ever seen this before? Look what's in the tire right here.
Can I see your Canadian ID?
Oh, you're a cop. Oh, that's not a normal police uniform, though.
No, I do special things too.
Have you ever seen a rock pierce a tire in the middle?
That is
incredible.
The tires are very grippy, literally taking rocks out of the ground.
yeah,
And then just, we do go through a few tires here, yeah. In 16 episodes, we'll get that tire fixed. Yeah, good. So we're gonna buy tires. Sweet.
Oh wow, this is fun.
Yeah. So,
Oh, the best car in the world right there. So,
welcome to hell. We got a lot of parts. We got Porsche carbon ceramic brakes here, just hanging out. It's not for any specific project, but we just got carbon ceramic brake. Like,
Wall clocks, man.
look at that. We got P1, it's called hockey sticks, center console. That's where the infotainment stuff goes. 918, a little bit singed, a little bit fire damage.
bro,
Yeah.
don't smoke, not even once, kids.
In these two boxes, we have P1 high voltage batteries.
Oh, they're new.
They're not new. They're actually taken off from older cars. But fun fact, McLaren will take these batteries out when there's nothing wrong with them. So, there you go. S65 AMG.
Yeah. Is that conversion or is that an 18 plus?
So this is a 2015 with a conversion.
Ah.
So we converted it to the 2020 final edition spec. Front upgrades with the headlights and tail lights.
Did you do factory or did you do China?
China.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It fits great.
Yeah.
It fits great.
Scary.
Good
it's
enough.
Scary how good it is.
It really is, because they made so many of these cars. When it's a car that they made a lot of, then I would trust China, especially when it's like ABS plastic. None of this stuff is carbon fiber, so who gives a crap?
Did you figure out for the headlights with the modules and all that for your stuff, everything works still?
Yes, you do have to do some coding. There are some coding hacks that you have to do. But realistically, I mean, it's 621 horsepower, V12, twin turbo, and it is the worst thing like for fuel economy ever made. It is terrible.
What's this
terrible.
car?
My twin turbo F12 might argue with that.
I haven't driven it in a long time. It's
I love this. We need to get you the ceramic brake upgrade.
No.
That'd be sick.
No. Like, I'm not going to track the car, so I don't.
Ah, this is a flex.
No. I
bought-
don't need to flex on anybody with $20,000 brakes.
No, hold on. On Facebook Marketplace, I bought ceramics for my SLS for $4,000.
That's crazy.
The whole set.
That's
The guy's
nuts.
like, meet me here and don't say a word, so
Okay.
I gotta be careful how I say this.
So those are definitely off the guy that you bought it from. That person owned a car.
He had them on his car and didn't like them, so he has no brakes now. He said he's not gonna run brakes anymore. He can buy them off me for $4,000 quickly,
Okay.
cash.
Yeah, that sounds like a story that actually happened, for sure. Yeah. Porsche 911 Turbo. This is a car that I actually gave to Matt, E3 Customs. So yeah, Matt's a really good friend, so we decided to build him a car. This is a 49,000 mile, 6-speed, twin turbo, a 911 turbo. Yeah. I know he wants to do like a wide body kit and stuff, so.
Those guys are great. They did the interior on my Murcielago.
Yeah, they also did the Koenigsegg and the Bugatti. And then, yeah.
Stradman's pink interior.
Correct.
Or white interior.
Well, I think they did both.
If you guys need an interior, E3 Customs in Florida.
What happened here?
So this is a $6,000 BMW E46 M3, 200,000 miles, and we decided to do everything that it needs to just be a completely misguided, way over budget project. Carbon roof, a custom interior by E3, OEM CSL wheels. We went through the whole engine and then realized that there were some improper torque specs on the rod bearings. So we got new rod bearings that we're putting in here. So the E46 has this really bad problem with the rear bodywork sagging. Like it actually cracks at the mounts. So you have to reinforce those. So thankfully that was done.
If you guys are really OG, we built one on DDE when I had it back in like 2017.
They
It was
put
a
camel
piece
wrap
of
on it.
It was the worst one ever.
I'm not like a huge fan of these cars, but like it had 330 horsepower.
Yep.
But that's at the tippy top of its rev range.
Yeah.
That is like, you're living at 250, unless you're caning this thing.
But these things to do a donut in were so easy. Just
Yes.
drop the clutch. It was so fun.
Absolutely.
And at the time back in 01 when they dropped these, this was like the car.
Yes, this was the yardstick for performance cars. I like it. I think it's iconic. So hopefully I'll finish it in the next.
Is this a wise financial investment based on what you're doing?
I don't think anything I've ever done is a wise financial investment.
I worry about Freddie. Do you worry about Freddie?
So
Never once?
Well, let's
No.
talk about the car behind Dave, because that looks like a wise financial investment.
when you say wise, do you mean like the opposite of this? Is
What the actual
Bro, where's the rest of it?
Yeah, where's the rest of it? So it has
Is
four
that a
wheels on it
layaway?
now. This is a Porsche 918 Spider.
Oh my God.
This is number 104. So it's kind of an early.
It's like 103.5 looking at it right now.
103.5, yeah, favorite radio station. So I bought this because it had a massive, massive engine fire. It didn't burst into flames on its own accord. It was at a fuel station, and something happened where fuel got onto the hot exhaust, and then it just went up.
Hold on. Anything like this?
What? Gasoline?
Holy crap.
Now.
Dude, that's insane.
That sprays me when I hang it up. Watch. I couldn't figure out how to turn it off, and I'm like, I think you just gotta hang it up.
Was it really cold or something? Did it just split right there?
It was already twisted. It was completely cracked open the whole time when Dave started pumping. He didn't even realize it was doing that.
I heard it. I was like, what's that sound? I was sitting there, I was like, did you hear that? You could have had that Squadron Corsa to rebuild. Yeah, this looks like a bit of a project, dude.
It is, but...
Will Porsche sell you parts?
Yes, actually. The only problem with this is not that the parts aren't available like they were, with the P1 project that I have, but it's just that they're extremely expensive.
Oh, you don't say.
To say.
Like, I took the engine out. The engine seems to be okay, other than one or two of the cylinders got the flame retardant inside it.
Ooh.
And this car sat for 10 years. So the retardant inside basically wore away that...
The coating.
The coating
Yeah.
on the cylinders. And the coating is plasma coated. Thankfully, because I have a small following, I was reached out to by the company that does the plasma coating for Porsche. And they said, hey, we'll recoat your...
No.
Shut up.
Yeah, so it's crazy. So now I'm sending this out to Switzerland, so they can basically make this engine essentially.
We're going there actually in a few weeks. Want us to bring it with us?
Yeah, can you put it in your carry-on?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually really light.
It's just the sleeves of the whole block.
Yeah, it's just the block. I mean, look at this guy, dude. You could put it on one shoulder and then
Just dragging it through the airport.
So I got a bunch of parts from various sources.
You do a good job of like labeling everything and keeping it really tidy.
Yeah. I mean, this is obviously, you can see how tidy everything is. But this is the E-motor for the 918, and it's in great shape. Same with the transmission. The transmission is actually okay. I'll show you right here. So
Do not knock that over because it's sitting upright right now.
Oh, that's it. It's really heavy.
He shakes it?
Yeah. If you look over here, this is the transmission.
Oh my
and
God.
You think, oh my God, this is so bad. The fun fact about this is actually a PDK that you get in basically any other Porsche, but it's upside down. So the bottom pan would be the top pan on this car, except it's Porsche, so it's very slightly different. But this is all made of plastic, so it looks like this congealed mess, but if you take it off, totally fine.
The valve bodies are fine.
If you replace this top piece, which you can do for like $50, it's fine. You can see the subframe over there. This is what happened. Like, this is part of the interior door structure. So like, this is obviously not savable. This is the airbag. Carbon fiber oil tank. That's like $16,000.
$16,000?
$16,000.
You'll just make one though, won't you?
No, I want to make this thing like OEM.
So you'll spend 16 grand on one.
If I can't find a better alternative.
I know a guy in Compton who got breaks my SLS. I'll talk to him.
Does he also have like, a bunch
You
of
can
918?
have whatever you want in his collection.
I love entrepreneurship.
All right, so 918, a few more days left in that build.
A few more days, like maybe 3.5 days.
He's currently on the 9. He still needs the 1 and the 8.
The 1 and the 8. Right now it's a half of one, so it's a 459, 459.
You've rehearsed that joke.
That's good.
So this is Lamborghini, has Ed Bullion says Murcielago.
Oh yeah. Why does he call it that?
Because I think that's the right way to say it, but nobody accepts that.
Murcielago. That's Murcielago.
Murcielago, or so something like that.
Murcielago.
Yeah. So this is the stunt car from the 8th Fast and Furious movie, The Fate of the Furious.
Yeah.
So I owned the hero car, which was the kind of nice one, but then the stunt car, they kind of put it through the ringer. It was sold to a Fast and Furious live arena show, so kind of like medieval times in the UK. Yeah.
Oh.
So
cool.
yeah, it's like Disney on Ice, but with cars. So what they did was they took out the V12. It has a Jaguar V6 in it with.
Right now it does.
Right now it does. And it has a 5-speed manual or whatever.
I was just looking at the tires and the engine and everything underneath.
It is, you skipped leg day. Look at that. I've never seen a Murcielago with, 215 wide tires.
So is that because they slide it around?
Yeah, it's because they needed to slide it around for the show. What's funny is I bought all of the drivetrain. I bought the V12, everything from Ed Bullion years before I found this car. So I had the entire, everything that needs to go back into this car to make it original, from this actual car. And then I found the car in the UK, and it took me a few years to get it. and now it's up here as, you know, as a restoration project. With the prices of Murciélagos going crazy, I don't know what a really good one goes for. It's like over $1 million, but
it's like if you had one of the 6 factory manual SVs, they're like $5 million.
You know, for me, I paid something like 60 grand or something for this, and like 15 for the engine and everything. So short of like a little less than 80 for everything, I'm never going to be able to replicate that in a Murciélago. The fact that I've already done a Murciélago, like, I'm not going to have this on my channel like anytime soon because I don't know what direction I want to go with it. Or maybe I do like a little bit of the movie tie-in as well because it is a movie car. Yeah. I don't know. It's you know, we can go both ways. Yeah, I got a Mercy, and then this is the car that kind of started.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. So I haven't touched this thing in 4 years. Don't mind the Aventador frame.
Looks like you just drove it.
The Aventador is right behind you. We got a lot of stuff.
Bro, what the hell?
By the way, you guys have been watching this video and it's been like, I don't know, 20 minutes or something.
They have lived with me for 3 weeks. Yeah. They have completely integrated themselves into my life. I ran out of clean
clothes. I've been wearing the same thing the whole time.
Yeah, we are on hour 12.
You have a lot of stuff and you have more buildings.
I do. I mean, they're not as interesting as this. It's literally just spare parts in the other ones, but the fun stuff is here. So this is a 2018 or 19 Aventador S Roadster. I bought it with like no panels at all.
Was it a crash car?
It originally, but when I got it, I didn't know about the crash damage. That's why I had to put in a frame. So we got a new frame from UK, which was crazy amount of money. So it got hit right here. Yeah. And it's like just booger welds all over, like right there. You shouldn't do that to aluminum. Not really good for a car that does 200 something miles.
It was like a Miami rental car or something?
No, but it was a Miami car. Yeah. It's just Miami. Yeah, that's what they do in Miami.
Just Miami stuff.
Yeah. Welcome to Florida where cars go to die. We're just having to put all the stuff back together again, and the engine also needs some work. Somebody was revving the nuts off it. I don't know where they would get that idea of like revving an Aventador till flames shoot out.
Doug DeMuro, for sure.
Doug, you should be ashamed of yourself.
How do you manage all this?
That's a good question. Whatever I feel is attainable, and you know what I can do next. That's what I do. So
your level of attainable and other people. Wow.
My life is pretty boring, honestly. Like I just go from my house to here, and that's it. When I have all these problems, I'm like, okay, now I can solve these. I understand how this works. And plus, like I've never worked on an Aventador before, especially not like this.
So it's new and exciting.
Yeah, I want to know what it takes to put one together. I want to talk to people that made it from the factory. What their experiences were. Like I would love to make a manual version of this car.
Oh my God. No one's done that yet.
No one's done that.
How's that possible that nobody in the world has taken that on?
A couple of people have talked about it.
Yes.
But no one's done it.
I have a lot of ideas about how I can do that.
First of all, I just want to say, good for you, man. Everything you've accomplished, I just don't know you guys can really take in what's going on here. Yeah, you don't have a team of like 5 guys.
I can't order 5 guys if I wanted to. It's that tight.
That was good, actually.
Me and Consistency are not like really good bedfellows. So I think, this year I really want to get more into that. Because you guys like put stuff out like that, and it's worked really well. So I think I have to find that happy medium where it's not like, hey, I need to have this big overarching story on a car. It could be more like piecemeal. So you have to, do some more back end work. But it is like legitimately a lot of hard work to not only put bolts in cars, but also solve these problems off camera. The stuff that we're doing with a lot of these cars and the car you're about to see is like, these have never been done before. The Aventador, this is a known quantity. Like we'll make it a whole car again, but on the P1, that's completely different.
The first reveal on the internet, your car done.
Let's call it 99% done.
Bro.
I
saw this at SEMA years ago.
Yes.
And it was on the ground and it looked like a car.
Correct, yeah. So
what happened?
I parked it in the wrong neighborhood, and this is what happened. So we have, this is my 2014 McLaren P1.
Incredible.
And
how does it feel to say that, by the way?
Good. It feels really good. I wish that there was like a running, driving automobile that I could attach that to. However, this was in a really, really bad flood. If people don't know, it was in Hurricane Ian in 2022. It's on a rotisserie now. So we put this on this giant, essentially platform that can turn this car almost upside down so we can get to all the nooks and crannies. This started out as I'm just rebuilding a flood car on its own, already really hard. Then we decided like, well, since we're in there, why don't we make it the fastest McLaren in the world? We're taking out the hybrid system, so there's going to be no batteries, no hybrid system. It's going to be just an internal combustion engine, which I have over there.
McLaren engine?
So it's a McLaren 4-liter, but Cannonball Garage, Arnie.
Hey, he's right there.
Yeah, he's right there. Hey, there you go, okay. And he's wearing a Cannonball Garage shirt. It's almost like we thought.
Why did you guys get here?
They have a lot of secret sauce that they, developed on this platform, and
What are the secrets you did to the platform?
No comment, no comment.
jelly from the farmer's market as lube. That's what they do. Yeah.
Lube.
Freddie!
We had turbos developed by the original manufacturer of the turbos for the P1. So
Really?
they're a company called Tachyon in the Netherlands. They CNC'd essentially these brand new turbos that fit in the stock 720 housings, but they flow twice as much horsepower. They'll do 1,300, 1,400 horsepower, and it is the same form factor. And what's funny is that it's not like some aftermarket product. These are straight from Mitsubishi Japan with all the OEM, like everything testing. So you put an OEM turbo on this thing and it'll hit 1,400 horsepower, hopefully, because
That's the plan.
Yeah, that's the plan. A Cannonball engine that's over there. We have done stuff with the clutch, and I'm developing a lot of stuff like eliminating all the coolers in the front because we're trying to also make this car very light. We're gonna have like an air conditioning system with at the water tank that will take care of all the cooling. I live in Florida, gets really hot, really humid.
We were talking about how it's nice here right now.
In 6 months, it's going to be really
on
bad.
earth.
Yeah, but since we want to make the world's fastest McLaren, and I mean in top speed, we have to do stuff. Yeah, but then we have aerodynamics. So I teamed up with the original designer of this car, Frank Stephenson, and we are designing and manufacturing a brand new body for this car, which is something I've never, it blows my mind to
Well, after all the stuff we just went through, sounds easy.
Right now we're doing a lot of CFD testing, which is like the aero testing on a computer, computational fluid dynamics, because at 200 and whatever miles an hour, we don't want this thing to...
What is a whatever miles per hour goal? Do you have a number in mind?
So the fastest McLaren right now is a Speedtail, so it does 250. I think with the gearing and everything, we can do 260, 270. Realistically, I don't know.
And will you drive at that speed, or are you gonna drive?
I'd like to, but my friend Ben Collins said he would.
Oh yeah, that's the way you do it.
Because Ben's a crazy person. We're gonna rent out the Cape Canaveral 3-mile long shuttle.
Oh, that's so cool. And that's next weekend?
That's next weekend.
I love that after this whole journey, you just wanted to make sure you had brand new seats in this just in case.
These are the same seats.
What?
These are the same seats, but they're reupholstered by Matt from E3.
This gives me so much anxiety. It's not even my thing.
The damages, was it what you thought it would be, or was it worse?
We need to replace everything, like literally everything. There's not one part of this car that was like fairly usable, and there's still rust on bolt heads and stuff like that. There's corrosion, and this is after we've cleaned this a lot. Weirdly enough, if this goes into salt water, if any car goes into salt water, leaving it in the salt water, actually not that bad for it. It's when you take it out. That's when all the corrosion starts, and it happens like that. Every day I do something on this car. I've gotten a lot of people saying, oh, you forgot about this project or you given up or whatever. It's like, this stuff takes a long time.
And you didn't pay 50 grand for this?
No, this was $575,000.
And everything's...
Yes, absolutely everything. The front clamshell of one of these to buy one new is $130,000. The battery, if you wanted to get one new now, which they have like a Gen 2 version, it's $175,000. Each ECU, we priced this out. There's 3 ECUs, one for engine, transmission, and one for chassis. Each one is $90,000. All these things, they do have solutions that don't include having to go to McLaren. And thankfully, I've gotten in touch with people like Arnie and people like, everybody that's been a part of this that have kept costs relatively low.
You could just make a custom wiring harness and run it on Motec.
You could, but I've looked into all of this, and it's like there's pros and cons to everything. So let's say if you go on Motec or like a Cyvex, which is a standalone engine management computer, you could make it run. However, you need to spend a lot of time in integration with integrating the chassis and the transmission into that. And then there's stuff like you can only check the oil on the screen with a stock ECU because the Motec doesn't have that functionality. So essentially, you'd have to put a stock ECU in to check the oil and then swap it. So it is a pain in the butt. So I'm trying to figure out what the most elegant method is. I'm working with some people that are trying to figure out if we can just use, because I'm using like a 720 engine. 720 has more injectors, has different wastegate actuation. We can use the 720 stuff, or we can use like the stock 3.8 stuff and then just modify it to accept all the 720 stuff. It just takes time and effort, and we're also rebuilding and redesigning one of the most iconic hypercars ever made. So there's not a ton of paperwork and understanding of how these cars are put together. So we're learning.
And also, the idea of the car is to make it like McLaren made it.
Correct.
It's not like make this a race car. Almost like McLaren MSO built themselves.
Like
that's,
a skunk
that's
works,
the goal.
yeah. So I want it to look like
already know
The fit and
yeah.
finish. So like, we like to go break the record or whatever, just throw this together like a race car would be.
That's different.
Easy.
Yeah, you can just plug in literally any combination of drivetrain in here and then just go racing. But I want it to look like oh wow, this is like the one of one spec that was ordained by McLaren. Yeah, I've talked to Lanzante, I've talked to Dean. They're really good at what they do, but I think we can do our own thing. I don't want to speak ill of anybody.
Ooh.
No,
Drama.
settle.
Ooh, eat it up.
No, I don't want to speak ill of anybody. They do really good work. I think there are certain things that we can do more fitting of
your vision for the
my
car.
vision.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Especially with the Frank Stephenson thing on board, that'll give us a little bit more legitimacy. Where it's not like some YouTuber built a car in his garage.
And we're on a budget.
We're on a budget of $0.
Speaking of McLarens, you guys build and have the record for the world's
In the quarter
quickest in the quarter mile. That still holds till today?
Yeah, 861 at 168 or 169.
Damn.
It's a pretty simple build, honestly.
You can pick somebody up from the airport in that car.
Yeah.
So you guys specialize in McLaren.
Yeah.
So I have this car.
This is the world's fastest Uber right here.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you guys are running late.
Sam, you're bougie, by the way. Did you drive this here?
It was in a museum, actually, in Atlanta.
Oh.
I picked it up and drove it down.
Now, the one downside with your fuel cell is storage space.
Yeah, that's about that.
If you get fire back there, I'll take this back seat here. You got the gangster leans.
Just toss it in the back seat. Worst things have happened.
All right, Fry, we gotta go, buddy.
All right.
Sir,
Thanks a lot.
thanks for your time. I appreciate you.
Well, I appreciate you despite what I've said publicly.
Sounds good.
Oh, dude, it's completely dead. She gone.
Worst things have happened.
You know, Tavarish, for having us over, I'd like to give you some leftover buffalo sauce, an apple, a little bit of chicken, sourdough, and a cooler.
Is that how I get biceps like yours? This is like 50 pounds, dude.
Welcome
It's
to
like-
the program.
Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you.
Let's do some more cool together.
Yeah, let's do it.
Will you please eat all that on camera?
No.
All right, we gotta beat that. GPS says the airport is 58 minutes. Can you do it in 24?
I think so.
55 minutes is the time to beat. I want you to cut that in half. 22 and a half minutes.
Gotta do what we gotta do.
It'd be funny if you were low on fuel right now. So what does it cost to fill this thing up all the tanks in the stock? In California.
Oh gosh, in California, $1,000.
If someone really wanted to beat that time, what would it take today?
Mobile refueling. We had 29 minutes of like actual stop time for refueling. So if you could eliminate that,
I have a question for you.
what's that?
What would be considered cheating?
Yeah, what are the rules? That's a good question.
I mean,
Because I have an idea and I want to know if it'd be considered cheating.
well, there really aren't any rules other than you have to drive a vehicle from the Red Ball Garage in Manhattan to the Portofino Inn in Redondo Beach. I mean, that's really the only rule.
Outside of that, if I pulled something off and beat everyone's time, nobody'd be like, well, that's cheating.
Well, I mean, what's your idea?
Pay the cops to shut the street down one section at a time all the way across the country and go flat out.
I guess that wouldn't be cheating,
Because
I suppose.
technically you bring a bunch of friends to help you. What if I just hired and found a way to legally shut down the streets section by section? I'm gonna do the fastest time possible that no one will ever want to attempt it again. And it'll be all done legally and safely to promote safe driving. That was my idea.
I'll tell you what. If you can pull that off, I mean, it only makes sense to invite me if you do it, though. You know.
Wait, so let's say you could do it in a way where you didn't have to stop for fuel. Let's do it in a way where you had a diaper on or some sort of catheter system. Like, to go to that level, I wonder what time's possible. Where are you taking us, by the way? This doesn't look like the highway. There's cows everywhere.
This is.
We're not going to the airport, right?
Yes, we are. We're
not going to California.
Orlando has some crazy traffic, so we are taking the back way.
I like it. I wonder what they're building over here.
Tavarish's new shop. Hey, I got an idea. Jamera backseat fuel cell. We'll tune it down to save some fuel.
You don't need that much power.
Okay. But could you imagine?
That's good.
It's pretty good. I don't see the cop yet.
They're onto us.
So we were averaging 220 and we dropped it down to 210 because of the cop.
We're gonna get back up to 200. We passed the cop now.
Too slow! Haha, we made it. All right, so it was a 38-minute drive. You did it in 23 minutes. So this car doesn't lie. Nice job with the 220 back there. I'm just gonna get up and throw up now. And like that, time to get the hell out of here. Loud back there. All Alright guys, we have a flight to catch. We're gonna drop these cars off at our friends at Orlando Lamborghini. Lamborghini is like a family, and our family got real close. Some would say breaking some boundaries, but more importantly, we worked together to make sure that the cars are taken care of, but also protected while we're away. I'm being long-winded. That Mercy back there needs a clutch. I think we're gonna send it to John at We Are Curated because they work on Mercy logos so much. They understand the older cars more. And then the Squadron, of course, needs a windshield, a passenger window. It will need a transmission soon enough. The question is it worth changing so it's completely smashed? Like, I honestly, I don't love me at all. Well, I hope you enjoyed California to Florida, 3,000 miles across the USA. It was an amazing adventure, and you won't see these cars for a while. They're gonna stay here in Florida, and we're going. We're back to Europe. I want $3 million. It's only to smash my windshield or something. Man, when they defunded the police here, they weren't joking around. Oh my god. Is that actually a cop? I think that's actually a cop. It's like a toll law. Well, welcome to Lamborghini service.
Dave in the flesh? What's going on, dog?
We're here. Oh, look at this. That's gorgeous. Is that yours?
I wish.
We're dropping these off with you guys for a little bit.
I'm gonna be taking care of them.
You are? Like personally take them home at night, give them a little bath.
Want to rip little donuts in them?
50,000 kilometers on that one, 90,000 on this one.
That's the way it should be.
That's the way it should be.
They definitely like them better when they're driven.
You know what's funny? Like, even like a McLaren, if you drive them, they're good. You gotta drive them though.
Yeah.
They don't want to sit.
If they sit, the battery's dead. Gone.
Yeah, that's a big one. That's a big spending battery on those ones. He's just doing some self-talk. He'll be a minute. Dude, the green on this Bentley is gorgeous. What a spec, yeah. Bulldog Mike, 007, shout out to you. Yeah, gorgeous. Gorgeous. You gotta be kidding me. Oh yeah, don't mind me, you guys. Having a personal moment here. $438,000. And in Canada, if I bought this in Canada, the tax would be 38%. So you guys playing games to save 8% by getting Montana plates, don't come to Canada.